What's up, guys? Long time no see. Uh, Whole bunch of stuff's happened, but the reason why we haven't been making any videos or streaming is because our OBS has been down. We've, I've tried uninstalling, I've tried everything, and nothing was working. I couldn't get it to record video, I couldn't get it to stream, I couldn't get it to do anything, and so finally, after about the third uninstall and reinstall, I don't know why, but it started working again. And so I was just about to switch to another program, but I got it working again. So here we are. All right, so a lot of things are different. How are they different? Well, because I got some new toys. I pulled a Velajoule. I'll tell you guys how I got them. I pulled a Velajoule, and I also pulled a Juno. So those are my two new toys that I got here recently. Now Velajoule, I got him from Legendary Pieces. I Since I got my third Tessarian, I instead of getting Ifrit pieces, I instead started getting the Legendary Scroll pieces, and I thought, I got all the pieces together, and I was gonna summon, and the past like 30 lightning have all been doubles and have all been like nat 4s. So I thought, okay, whatever, we'll just do it, see what we get. I was kind of having a bad day, so I just sat down at the desk and I was like, all right, here we go. I went to channel 6969, which is usually the channel we use when we stream. And I typed in chat, I was like, please come to us, show me some love. And then I summoned the scroll, got some lightning, and he popped out. And oh my gosh, I could not believe it. I was just blown away. I was like, first of all, I didn't even think it was real. And it was funny because there was one other guy in the chat channel, and he he was like, no way. I was like, oh man, I could not believe it. It was one of those really weird moments. But so anyway, I'll show you how he's ruined. I apologize for how I sound. All week I've been really, really sick, so I'm just now kind of getting over it. So, but let's see. I have him ruined Violent Revenge. I have him Violent Revenge built specifically for dragons, and so he can counterattack the dragon and take off the buff if he needs to. But have him speed, defense. And here's just a quick look at all of his runes. You can pause the video if you want. Check him out. And I have him almost fully skilled up. He just needs... here, let me see if I can move the camera over here. He just needs that one last skill up in Punishment. And then he'll be maxed. And then Juno, I pulled actually 2 days after Velajoule. It was when they introduced the new monsters, when they introduced the Harg and the Fairy King. Whatever event was going on, you could get 2 mystical scrolls with the points. And so I got both of the scrolls, and then I saw that the update right before I summoned them said, new monster, introducing new monsters, whatever. And so I looked at them, I was like, oh, that's cool. Since the update's coming out tomorrow, I'll just save the scrolls and open them when I wake up. So I did that. I went to bed. I woke up. It's like 5 something in the morning. And I update, I patch and everything. And what I did was I summoned 2 unknown scrolls. And then I summoned... a mystical, and I got lightning on the first mystical, and I thought, oh yay, it's gonna happen, it's gonna be another double. And then Juno popped up, and I could not believe it. At first I thought it was Ciara, And so I start freaking out. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm sitting here like freaking out in bed. But anyway, it turned out to be Juno, which is totally fine. There's no such thing as a bad oracle. So anyway, I pulled her and oh man, I was so excited. So the way I have her runed up, here's her stats. I got her to 190 speed, which is great. But anyway, I have her Despair Blade. And I have her speed, crit rate, and HP. So here, once again, here's her runes if you want to check her out at all. You can pause the video. But anyway, so those were my 2 recent toys. I also got, I don't know if it was on the last video, but I pulled my first Lucian. And here's his stats. I've been needing a Lucian for the longest time. If you look at my wind monsters, even with Lucian, I only have 3 wind monsters 6-starred. But anyway, here's his stats. Quickly go through his runes. I have attack, crit damage, attack, standard attack runes. And a few days after I pulled that Lucian, I pulled another one. And see if I can pull it up here. And I just started working on him, so he's only 4-star maxed out, but I think he's gonna turn out just as good. Standard attack runes, but instead I have him Fatal Blade. So anyway, still need to upgrade his runes and 6-star him and everything, but I'll finally have a double Lucian arena team. But anyway, so that's kind of the big change to my my monster roster. But yeah, so anyway, I thought I'd go through and show you guys what teams I'm using for everything now. I figured that would be good for this whole update video. So Giants, let me spin some crystals here, get some energy. Giants, I'm running almost the same as what I was doing before. Before I was using Chandra instead of Lucian, but I played with a ton of different combos, and this is the quickest that I could come up with, the quickest and the most successful. So we'll go ahead and do a run. Right now we're on break from classes, and so that's why I was able to spend so much time to fix OBS and everything. And as you can see, Snuggie's not here right now, but we're hoping to get everything fixed up and ready for stream again. We've gotten a surprising amount of emails from everyone asking if we're okay, and so I really appreciate. I should have emailed everyone back. I think I did. That emailed us, we're okay, everyone's fine. We just been having some technical difficulties, and it's been about a month, and we've been really busy, but we had to kind of put YouTube on hold until we got this whole OBS thing fixed, and so hopefully that's fine now. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Now, what could I do better on this Giants team? Uh-oh, camera went off. Can we fix it? We can. Technology, it just never works. Never works. At least for us. So what can I do better on this Giants team? What I would like to do is see if I could take Veramos out and put in another Lucian. I think that would make everything quicker. The only problem I would have with that is... Oh, now we're lagging. The only problem I have is the Lucians, they tend to be taken out very quickly. And it seems like the most effective way to down the boss is strictly through continuous damage. And so, and then my main source of continuous damage is Veramos, and Teor helps out quite a bit, but most of it is Veramos. And so, will Double Lucian do any better? It definitely would up to the boss, but once I got to the giant, I don't know that Double Lucian would work quite as well as this setup. But it's a pretty quick pretty quick Giants team. I've been doing Giants for the past, I don't know, few weeks nonstop, and I've gotten maybe 4 usable runes. Like Giants, I cannot believe how terrible, Giants drop rate is. Like, good runes are almost non-existent from that place. So anyway, moving on to Dragons. All right, so here's my Dragons team. Very consistent. The last rune removal day, it was a big day for me because I was able to make my Vertiheal, Violent Revenge, and I got him speed, crit rate, HP. So here are his stats. He's still not as fast as I want him to be, but mostly because of this rune. I have 24% HP on this and a little bit of crit rate. I would like to get this replaced with something with a ton of speed and still be able to keep the crit rate. That's my issue right now, but this was a big step up for me, and so this helped so much in TOA and Dragons. So here's my team. We'll go ahead and get started with this. I was doing a very similar team, before I got Velajewel. I was doing Vertiheal, Bella, Chandra, Teor, and Veramos. Now that I have Velajewel, his third skill, skilled up all the way, that kind of allowed me to move away from Veramos. Veramos is still really good for Dragons, but, I messed with taking Chandra out and putting Veramos in, and I tried a bunch of different combinations, and this seemed to be the most effective Dragons team. And so it clears everything really quickly. It helps a lot that Chandra has that AoE slow. But overall, it's a very dependable team. I think most of the time, Bella goes for the towers or the crystals and not the dragon. And a few people have suggested to me see if I can, instead of like Chandra, put in Galleon. And I've tried that, but it just doesn't, it's not as consistent as I want it to be. So this is kind of what happens. Bella, Galleon will always, as I was told, would always go for the dragon. And so the dragon would almost always have armor break on him, which makes it easier to speed clear this stage. But, with Bella, it's kind of 50-50. It's kind of whatever she feels like attacking. So most runs, it seems to be the crystals, but every once in a while, she'll hit the dragon, and it just makes it, that much quicker. But, having the King of Immunity makes dragons unbelievably easy. I still fail every once in a great while, but that's usually because the way my speed's set up isn't ideal, and the on the third stage, usually one of my guys will be taken out. And, well, not usually, but every once in a while that'll happen, and that's what causes me to fail. I can still beat it if they kill Vertiheal, but if they kill like Bella, it's over with. If they kill Teor, most of the time it's over with. But anyway, hopefully we don't fail this one. That would be pretty terrible. But Chandra's just a huge help in Dragons, just because whenever somebody's low on dying, most of the time it's either Vertiheel or Teor, and he's able to protect, and makes it to where they don't they don't take any damage at all. And then by that time, Vertiheel's gone up the attack bars, and Bella's, her heal is usually up. So makes for a pretty quick run. There's not a whole lot that I'd even want to change with my Dragons team. This is like kind of the ideal team, I'd imagine, besides a speed clear team. But it'll be quite a while before I start working on anything like that. So there's a little sneak peek on my Dragons team. Of course, we get, it's not a terrible rune, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep it. Why not? We can always sell it later. Okay, now we can move on to the last one, which is my weakest setup so far. I've only recently been working on a Necro team. So I got Sarah lead. I have her. Most of these guys are violent counterattack. Sarah is attack HP. So is Adrian. So is Huahi. And Rauk is attack crit damage attack. And Emma is HP. Now, Emma, I was able to kind of get up last minute just because she was Olivia was the Hall of Heroes, so I was able to get all of her skill ups that I needed, or that I even wanted. And so this is kind of how I have her set up right now, with absolutely no speed. And I have her getting close to 40,000 HP. But anyway, HP, and I have her on Violent Energy. And, she's an amazing healer. It's crazy how well this works. Now, I don't know if we're going to actually beat it this time. It seems to be about 60-40 right now, and that's only because Huahi usually dies. And, when she dies, it's not that I couldn't do it without her. It's that I can't do it without her hits. Her third skill hitting 6 times, that immediately takes the boss's shield off. And so, whenever I lose her, and that's just because she's not 6-starred and her runes aren't maxed. Once that's taken care of, this should be a very solid team. But as for right now, it's about 60-40. But with everyone here, I have Adrian buffing speed and crit. I have Huahi buffing attack, and then Emma does defense and the shield, and then Huahi has a set of shield runes on, and so she has that buff at the beginning of each stage. So I have a slew of buffs, and it seems to work really well. And I like this setup, but a few friends of mine kind of gave me some advice with Necro, and it's something that I would have never thought about. It's that you want to lean towards a single element for your Necro dungeon. You don't have to, but it seems to be the most effective, because you want, whenever the boss takes a unit, whenever he steals one of your units, you want to down that unit as quickly as possible. And with my team, I have kind of a water fire hybrid, and whenever they take Sarah, I've never seen them take Emma, but a lot of the time he takes Sarah, and when he does that, it just takes longer because I have 3 fire attackers, going for a water unit, and so it just takes a little bit of time. But it works most, 60% of the time. And once I get Huahi up, it should be more like 90%, if not, it should be fixed completely. Now this time they took Adrian. Not a big deal at all. I can get him down very quickly, especially if monsters counterattack. makes it so much easier. Now, a few times, units will get really, really close to dying, and then that's when Emma kicks in. I don't know if it's just this how my speed is tuned right now or what the deal is, but it seems like every single time a unit is even close to dying, Emma immediately goes with that her third skill, her heal, and it's no problems anymore. So, killed the boss for the first time. We got a lot of skills. With this lineup, we have a lot of skills that hit multiple times, and so it's not really an issue. But I have ran into a few times where, yeah, there he goes. He took Sarah, and so this is unfortunate just because it takes a while. If Rauk doesn't do what he just did, Rauk, he can be so dumb sometimes, and he can just be just amazing other times. Once he gets that armor break on whatever he's attacking, and whenever his extra hits proc, he just goes crazy. But anyway, here's just a quick look at my updated teams, what I'm using nowadays. I just wanted to kind of get back with you guys and give you an update, kind of say hi again. If you can't tell, I'm sick, still sick, trying to get over it, but anyway, all right. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and thank you everybody that was concerned. We're totally fine. I'm sick, but I'll get over it. We're really hoping to get back into the schedule for streaming, and we're gonna try to pump out videos more often for you guys. Hopefully not one every month, but hopefully at least a few a week. We wanna get back into streaming, and yeah. So if you guys want to see anything in the future, if you guys want us to do any specific spotlight videos or anything like that, or have any ideas, whatever, shoot us a comment. I did a video collaboration with this other YouTuber who has tons and tons more subscribers, than our channel does, but he was a great guy, and he was willing to collaborate. It's TheLougieMan, and I'll post his channel in the description if you want to go check it out, which you definitely should. Every video that this dude uploads, I always watch. His content is great, and he's a really nice guy. But definitely go check him out. I just did a summoning video with him that he's going to be posting on his channel, so you can go check it out there. And he has tons and tons of content. You should definitely check out his channel. But anyway, so that'll be posted on his channel if you guys want to go check that out. And anyway, just wanted to do a semi-quick video. I think this one's running kind of long, but I just wanted to kind of update you guys on what's been going on, and let you know that we're going to be back in the game here soon. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like the video, do whatever. Go check out TheLougieMan down there, and I will see you guys in the next one.